In this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of the Optibase dashboard. So this is the first thing that you're going to see when you log in. And the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and check which workspace you are in, because if you're in multiple, you don't want to make changes to the wrong one. So you can click this up in the top left and select which workspace to work in. Then by default, you're on the test page. And as we can see here, I already have some tests created. I can also go ahead and create new tests from this page. I can view the status of the test that I have running. So as we can see here, I have my analytics with location, screen size, operating system, and this is just for the test. There's also analytics over here, which we're going to get into, which covers your full site analytics. So I can view the results of my test. I can see right off the bat which one is best performing. I can see my variants, and I can copy the attributes in case I want to add them somewhere else. I can view my conversions, and I can go ahead and create new ones, connect existing ones, and see the ones that I already have connected. I can see events. So this is going to show me anything that happened that affected this test. So as we can see here, there are 5 different events from the same person, and well, that person is me. This perhaps would show you that you want to make it so it can only track once per person. It's very important to keep an eye on your results. We can also see the views of this test where, again, I can see myself 5 times. And I can set restrictions. I can set restrictions by location. So let's say I only want to track people in the United States. I can set restrictions based on screen size, operating system, and browser. And of course, I can manage the status of my test. Moving on, we have the conversions page over here. And the main time you're going to use this is to create a new conversion. So you can click the button up here to create a new conversion. Now, you can click a conversion and you can view the results of that conversion. Again, we can see who looked at it, what kind of screen they looked at it on, what kind of operating system they looked at it on, and what kind of browser. We can also filter that data, and we can get the attribute so that we can add it to more elements on our website. Finally, over here, we have the analytics tab, and this shows us our entire site analytics, who viewed it, how they viewed it, and which pages they viewed it on. Now, the last thing we're going to take a look at in this video is the settings tab, because there's a lot of important things going on here. First things first, we have the members page, and this is what you're going to use in order to control access. So if you want to add anybody to your app, let's say another developer on your team, you can do that right here. Next, we have the billing tab, which is going to control which plan you are on. So if you need to upgrade, downgrade, or cancel your plan, you can do that right here. Then we have the integrations tab, which currently has Google Analytics and Mixpanel. Videos on that will be at the link in the description. And we have the workspace settings. So this is where you can change the name of your workspace. In this case, mine is set to personal workspace. Next, we have domain whitelist. And this is important because by default, data will be collected from any site. So that's not perhaps dangerous. That being said, it could mess with your data if somebody, for some reason, uses your script. So if you have Optibase installed on a live website, my recommendation to you is to add your domain in here and click Add Domain to Whitelist. That way you know that your data is completely accurate. Next, we have IP blacklist. So if somebody is spamming your site, of course, you can use this to blacklist their IP, but probably the more common use case for this would be to blacklist your own and your team's IP. That way, when your team is testing the site, you're not getting false data from people who are not actually customers. Next, we have IP collecting, which you can turn on or off. Now, if you do have this turned on, I believe you do need to have a cookie banner, which states that. Next, you can get your script in case you lost it or you want to install it on a new site. You can get your public API key. You can export your data. And finally, you can delete your workspace.